Yo, was geht up? This is Max Berger, and in this video I want to talk about freedom and the exact type of business that could grant you that freedom. In fact, what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to call out some certain narratives that have been fed to you, okay, and certain lies that have been fed to you about certain types of businesses and how they actually enslave you much more than you'd think. And then at the end, I'm obviously going to share you the by far best way to earn your own freedom. So, before you're gonna crack into that, please do consider hitting that subscribe button right underneath this video. Right next to that is a little bell symbol. You hit that as well. That way you always get notified every time I'm dropping new content. Why is that important? Because this is a small channel, and this channel is dedicated to teaching you the truth. Not some watered down BS scam stuff. I'm simply trying to give you good and real world value here. That being said, let's start. Now, first and foremost, here's the thing. You might have heard me talking about this concept before, and I call this concept a good million versus a bad million, right? And I chose $1 million just as an example because I feel like that's the number that everybody comes up with. I want to earn $1 million or €1 million. It's not even that much if you really think about it. But look, there's two types of $1 million. There's a bad type of $1 million. Let's look at that. Let's say, for example, you're a banker, okay? And you're making 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 million a year. That's great freaking money. People would kill for that kind of money. But what are you doing as a banker? You're probably working 80 hours, 90 hours a week, hustling your ass off, not being able to enjoy a lot of spare time, not being able to, live with your family, not being able to just say, you know what, let me go to a concert at the other side of this globe and, do whatever I want. No, you're basically still slaving away. You're still in a cage. Now that cage is golden, and it looks very nice, and maybe on Saturday, Sunday you can go all crazy with the money spending as much money as you can on 2 days, but that is really it. And I'm saying that because I know a lot of people that are in, these high status positions that are also paying them very well, but they're absolutely miserable. They're letting their health slack, they're letting their relationships slack, and again, they're not really happy. So at the end of the day, they've just been spoon-fed this narrative of get a high-paid job, okay? Money is everything. Money is the most important thing. And get a job that gives you a lot of status, What do people say when you say you're a doctor? Everybody's like, oh my God, a doctor, a pat on the shoulder. You're a good guy, right? Fantastic, you're a doctor. Most doctors are miserable because they have to work 24-hour, 48-hour shifts. They make a lot of money. They're very high in social status. But at the end of the day, man, this is about you. How do you feel when you go to bed? Do you really feel like you're free? Do you really feel like you're living your best, your best life, your best years? Or do you feel like, well, the job is really tough, but at least it pays a lot, right? That is an example of a bad million. Now, an example of a good million is you're making $1 million, but you're free. You can literally do whatever you want. And we'll go in more detail later on. You can choose who you want to work with. You can literally say no to certain clients. You can also choose where and when you want to work. So again, if you say, hey, my daughter has the ballet thing, you can go check out your daughter dancing ballet. You don't have to work. You don't have to sacrifice anything in order to work. Let's say you're making $1 million with that. Let's say you're not making $1 million like the banker who slaves away in his golden cage. Let's say you make $500K a year. Would you be able to enjoy those $500K more than the banker? Probably yes. Now here's the other extreme. This is something that we've been fed with this here, okay? The Instagram, the YouTube, and I'm by far probably also not innocent of that. I'm posting certain lifestyle stuff as well, but this is this whole idea of becoming an influencer nowadays. We see that on Instagram, see that on YouTube, all these influencers living the great lifestyle, flying first class, flying to Bali and hanging out in all those resorts for free and all that. Well, that's great. Absolutely no more power to you. I think it's fantastic just from a marketing standpoint that if you own a business and you want to promote it, you just invite a bunch of hot girl influencers, you fly them into your little beach resort, they shake their asses a little bit, and then you get great, you get a lot of views on that from the horny dudes that are watching the girl, and I think it's great. It brings a lot of interesting dynamics to the market when it comes to advertising. However, it creates something very, very wrong in our brains. So many people nowadays try to become an influencer, but if you look behind the scenes, if you look behind the outside facade of the crazy, amazing rock star life of influencers. You know what's actually in that? Usually, influencers spend their entire day writing companies, literally writing clothing companies, watches companies, glasses companies, travel companies, etc., if they can have something for free. And it literally, their texts look like this. Hey, my name is da-da-da. This is my Instagram account. I'm an influencer. Can I have something for free? Like, can I come to you for free? Or I would love to come to your resort and just hang out there with my friends. Can we get it for free? Now, while I think it's great, if you represent a brand that you can believe in, if you really, truly, wholeheartedly believe in a certain brand and you become their brand ambassador, I think that's great. But at the same time, do you really want to spend the rest of your life begging for free shit online? Do you really want to, is that your idea of bringing value to this world? A copy-paste email of, hey, can I have something for free? How sustainable is that for the next 5, 10, 15 years? Do you want your kids to be reliant on, hey kids, let's go on a vacation. Daddy's just gonna try to get for free for us. Just give me a couple, is that what you wanna rely on for the next couple of years? The problem with that is if you're an influencer on a platform, you're putting literally all your eggs into one basket, all of them. What do you do if Instagram gets deleted and boom, you're not a model anymore? What do you do when YouTube deplatforms you? What did all the YouTube creators do 2-3 years ago when the adpocalypse happened? And all of a sudden, their income as an influencer was basically nullified. Here's the truth about money. And you've heard me saying this over and over and over again. Money follows value. If you're an influencer, you're not really giving value. Okay, a bunch of people follow you, have a lot of eyes on you, but at the same time, you need to sell something of value. You gotta understand that money's not gonna come in unless you sell something of value. This could be a physical product, this could be a digital product, this could be your expertise. So you gotta understand that there's a lot of ways to live a life full of freedom, but a lot of them are very shiny, but there's nothing underneath. You have to understand that. So we've talked about this kind of two different extremes of the guy who lives in a golden cage being a banker, making $1 million, and the influencer basically being broke and having to ask for free so he looks cool on Instagram or YouTube or wherever. Now let's talk about the truth. A true freedom business. So a true freedom business is the following. I kind of mentioned it before. It is a business that brings you money. Okay? Not a business that necessarily brings you a lot of followers, or not necessarily something that gets you recognized on the street or at a party. No, I'm talking about a business that makes you money. Because at the end of the day, nothing brings you freedom but money. It's that simple. And also, that is really everything that money is. It's just a tool to buy you freedom. It's really that. So again, like the guy who slaves away 100 hours a week, he doesn't really have a lot of freedom. He has a lot of money, but the money can't buy him anything of freedom. Freedom is the only currency that you should strive to have. So again, a freedom business is something that makes you money. Also, a freedom business is something that allows you to work location and time independently. Okay, again, if you make a lot of money, but you have to drag your ass to the office every day and you have to commute for 40 minutes or 2 hours, God beware, per day, this is not really free. Also, if you would like to watch Game of Thrones, but you can't because it's the office hours of your job, then again, you're not working location independently. So you want to work location independently and time independently, and obviously you want to earn enough money to allow you a certain lifestyle that you'd be happy with. And last but not least, hear me up with this one, because all the scammers are going to be like, okay, nice, scam people. No. Last but not least, the by far most important thing about a freedom business is fulfillment. It must fulfill you, okay? You want to go to bed every night knowing that, hey, my clients are living a better life now because they're part of my program, because they've purchased my product. Hey, I'm doing something good. I'm actually helping people. This fulfillment, don't underestimate that. You're watching this right now and you're probably like, okay, fulfillment, I got it, but where's the money? Let's go money. I'd be much happier with money. I get it. Okay? But once you attain that money, once you attain the location, the time independence, once you attain freedom, you will search for something deeper, for meaning, for something that, hey, where am I helping? And I swear to God, as somebody that's worked in the coaching and consulting business for, I can't remember, 7 years or something at this point, Nothing beats the feeling of running into one of your former clients and, you know, after 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, and that client is awake in his eyes, and that client is happy and grateful, and there's laughter, and there's everybody's cheerful, and they're so happy after having worked with you. And you just kind of, you know, you might have forgotten about this because you have a couple clients already, and you're like, what? You've been doing all these things ever since last time we saw each other? That's amazing. And just like being reminded of that, nothing beats that feeling. So you gotta understand, if you want a true freedom business, if you wanna truly be happy with what you're doing, you need to have something that fulfills you, okay? And usually this is something by helping other people. Now, last but not least, let me share with you something that is by far the best way nowadays to attain that freedom via freedom business. And that is getting into coaching, consulting, and service providing. Okay, and I'm biased, honestly, I'm truly biased because this is the sphere that I've been working in for a very, very long time now. This is the sphere that I'm truly an expert in. You know, I don't want to teach you something that I'm not 100% familiar with. You understand? That's why I keep saying coaching, consulting, and service providing is by far the best way to make money, especially in 2019 and going forward. Why? Well, number one, it allows you to make a lot of money. If you focus on an enticing price point that is high enough for you to be bought in, if you find a high enough price point to attract high quality clients that are then higher bought in because of that high price, if you then go ahead and say, well, these people are paying a lot of money, so let me truly help them out. Let me really devote myself to that. Now, your clients are getting great results. You're getting a lot of fulfillment because they're getting very happy. You're really psyched about what you're doing. And most importantly, you don't have to get up and serve hundreds of clients that are paying, what, $49 for your course. No, maybe you have 4 to 5 clients that pay you $2,500 each. So now you can really focus on helping these clients. You're making a lot of money and they're very happy too. And up goes the upward spiral because happy clients produce you what? Happy testimonials, happy referrals. So it's almost like this perpetual mobile of happy clients that are bringing you more happy clients, and the word of mouth spreads. You don't need no Instagram account with 1 million followers. You don't need no YouTube account with whatever. My YouTube account barely has what, like 13,000 subscribers? I don't need hundreds of thousands, God beware, 1 million subscribers. All I need to have is a couple of very, very dedicated people watching my stuff, consuming my stuff, and executing. And that is really it. Okay? So that is why coaching is really good. It gives you a high paid income. Also, you can do everything online. This is the revolution, by the way, that has been going on over the last couple of years. And people say like, well, the internet has been around for quite a long time, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but still, most coaches and experts are still not aware of the power of the internet. A couple of years ago, you couldn't even do live streams over video. You couldn't do that. I remember back in the days when Instagram didn't even have a live stream feature for videos because the internet was just too slow in most parts of the world. Nowadays, everybody's doing video calls, videos uploading on Instagram stories, video live streams for like, or video conversations like with like Skype or Zoom or whatnot. So that allows you, as somebody who's in the coaching, consulting, and service providing business, to really coach people online. It doesn't matter if you're in Germany or North America or Australia or Singapore and your client sits on the literal opposite side of the earth. It doesn't matter because you can coach that person online via talking over the phone or Skype or whatever. The crazy thing on top of that is you can be truly location independent because you can also acquire clients from all around the world. You know, back in the days when you were a coach or a consultant or a service provider, you know, you were in a city and that was your pool of potential clients. You were in that city, that's it. But nowadays you can literally acquire clients from all around the world. Right? That's what we're doing with Freedom Business Mentoring. We have clients from literally all around the world. They're all executing and I can coach them over the internet. That is a beautiful thing that makes you, again, time independent and location independent, and it pays you well, right? And again, like I said, when it comes to this whole fulfillment, you can really watch people get better. You can see how people progress with your help, and that fulfills you on a daily basis. It's a real purpose. You're not some faceless worker in a gigantic company. No. You actually see the results of the hard work you're putting in. You can see the fruits of your labor every day, and that keeps you motivated. That keeps you fulfilled like nothing else. And that, my dear viewer, is a freedom business. So at the end of the day, it's really on to you. Are you 100% happy with what you're doing right now? Does it fulfill you? Are you truly free? Are you earning the type of money that will make you excited about getting up every morning? Or are you dreading Monday and just trying to get through the week? Right? Trying to wait for Friday and then, you know, going out with your friends and just kind of celebrate, and then Sunday already sucks because Monday's around the corner. Which one is it? Which one do you want? Now, if you want to work together with us, if you want us helping you get into the coaching, consulting, service providing business, then all you have to do is click that link down in the description below. That link brings you to an application. You fill out that application, and then you can book an exact date and time where you want us to call you for a free consultation call. It's entirely for free, even if it's international. All you have to do, again, is click that link down below and fill out the application. Then we're going to jump on a call with you, and we're going to look at your current situation, and we're going to look at where you want to go, and we'll help you bridge that gap. Now, this is especially enticing for you if you already have expertise in a certain field, but you want to monetize it, or you want to monetize it right, so you actually earn a really good income. Or if you say, well, I do want to become a coach or consultant, I'm just not exactly 100% sure where my expertise is, you'd be surprised how much you could really offer value to potential clients. So we'll help you out. Jump on a call with us. Other than that, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you execute. Don't forget, this video is entirely useless and wasted your time unless you execute. Thank you so much for watching, and GG.